Hi traders, welcome to the video. Please pause the video and make sure you understand the disclaimer before proceeding. Just taking a look at the US 100. Just wanted to do the video to share with you, I guess, what goes through my mind when I'm looking at a chart, sizing up a potential opportunity. So from first glance, I'm thinking that a counter trend opportunity could be a thing. First thing about this and why I'm thinking counter trend here is it's traded right out from the mean here, this midline. So it's fairly overextended, a bit like a rubber band. It overstretches or a spring. When it gets stretched out too far, it'll spring back. So the kind of move that I'm anticipating or hoping that we see will be something like that. We had a little bit of a thing here, not much, but I'd like to see this give us an opportunity for a decent pullback, and whether it does or doesn't remain to be seen. But we've got to mark up the chart. We have to understand what price is doing, where it's traded, where is it likely to go, and why. The market's looking for two things. One, it's seeking liquidity, and it's looking to balance. Think about this here. There's a lot of retail traders in here long at the moment at this point. Where is their liquidity? It's resting all under here. Okay, they're buying. We have sell side liquidity, a build-up of sell side liquidity under here. Same thing here, right? It trades up, sell side liquidity, and what happens? It trades right back down into it. So it's seeking liquidity. And then the other thing to consider is the smart guys buy down here and sell up here. They buy down here, and that's where they take profit. They unload. So that's one thing. And then the next thing that the market is going to look for is to trade through wherever you see gaps. All right, so there's a little bit of a gap here. It trades through the gap. Back here, there's a gap. Just having a look at the candle left and right, it trades back through. Gap, what does it do? Trades through it. Looking for the point of origin, the range from which it traded. So when it pushes up like this, it creates an imbalance, right? So back here, there's a balance of buy and sell orders. And what happens is when you see a thin leg, it pushes up like that, there's an imbalance created. An imbalance insofar as there's bullish imbalance here. So it's going to look to rebalance. Comes back down, fills the gap, consolidates. So there's key levels on the weekly, on the daily, where you see these balance areas where the market does a fair bit of business and we have a reasonably equal balance of buy and sell orders occurring. Our indicators give us some of these key areas. So this is a monthly, so we have these levels. So the market's going to look for these levels. Just to cut a long story short, it's important to look left and see where the market has consolidated. And I'm going to mark up these. So we've got around where price is, just under, we've got a weekly. Orange line is a weekly. So I want to mark up these and transfer these markups over to the other time frame. So if I go out of here, I've just marked up this weekly level here. That's been transferred over to these other, here we go, see, under here. So then we do a top down to the lower time frames and then look for our opportunity on the 3-minute chart. So going back to the daily, I'm just going to mark these up now. We've got a weekly, another weekly coincides with our weekly open here, so that's a big level, level W, level weekly, that'll do, just around where we're trading. And then we've got this monthly, I want that marked up as well, level monthly, done. And then we've got another one under, I'll just copy and paste it, level monthly here. It's giving me a bit of a roadmap. Now the other thing that is super important is this distribution level back here, this green candle prior to this strong sell-off. Order block daily, mark that up, OB 1 day bearish. Right, so we're trading right into the middle of that. That gives me more reason to consider possibility that we see this retrace or at least consolidate. Right, so that's the daily, and then we've got this level down here, weekly open. Okay, so I know what's going on here, and we'll go down to a 4-hour chart now and let's have a look at it from this perspective. Here's what we've got here. Prior to this bullish move, we've got this red candle. Okay, that's a 4-hour order block. OB4H buy. Okay, mark that up. So we know that if this retraces, this is a level here, and so there's a couple of targets now that we can consider. What we also have now on the 4-hour time frame, notice these yellow horizontal lines. There's one there. There's one here, here, and here. These are daily levels. So we've traded up into a daily level as well as a daily order block. And then we have these, and these coincide with this weekly open and the weekly level here. So this is a big level. We've got daily, all right, and weekly. So I'm going to mark these up, yellow, daily level. Just make sure that it's clear on the other time frames. Level daily. All right, so this is basically what I'm looking at. We can see we've got this monthly up here, big resistance, as well as this order block high. All right, so that range, and the mid level of this order block too. A lot of times market will trade to the middle of an order block. Now that would be a key level to mark up, and I've got my orange thing here with the little dotted line, so that's the parallel. Okay, so just watch how price reacts around here. So that's on the 4-hour. I know we're all marked up, so we've got a bit of a roadmap. If we're looking for a counter trend, then now our indicators are going to give us signals. We've got this dot overextended, and I saw that a little dot was starting to flash on and off here. That will establish itself once the next candle paints. That dot will either be there or not. So this is telling us when you see a little dot flashing, don't know if you saw that or not, but it's telling us that the indicators are seeing this as overextended, and that they're usually not a bad signal actually on the 4-hour time frame. If you go back and have a look at the dots, they're generally pretty good. Anyway, so now we've got a bit of a markup. Okay, here is where we could consider this trading too, right? So we've got this range, we've got that, we've got this level here, further down another daily, and then a monthly. So this is definitely worth consideration here, so we'll mark that up. By the way, I mean, I don't spend an hour on doing this with every trade I want to take. I can see this stuff very quickly. Just for the video and to, I guess, share with you, what goes through my mind when I'm looking at something. Looking at the chart, that's it. All right, so now we've got the 4-hour marked up. So we're doing a top down. We've got our weekly open on the weekly. We've got the daily marked up, 4-hour, and then from here we can go down to 4-hour. Over here I've got the hourly. Well, you might want to change that to a 30-minute. See how it's trading on the 30. Okay, so it's trading into the cloud on the 30. Okay, at the moment it's still trading up. Right, so you don't want to get involved with that. What we are seeing is the volatility. Let me just open this up. Go down to the 15-minute. See how it's now starting to attack liquidity on both sides of this range. It will trigger our break of structure signals. I want to wait for this to invite me in. At the moment it's still trading up. We're in the cloud. Okay, so there's no trade at the moment. But here's what to look for. When we're trading through a key level like this distribution zone through here, you want to watch for price action to shape up something like this. There'll be different variations of this, but that's the kind of thing. Okay, you see a bit of a range possibly, fake out, shake out. Notice these highs. There's high, and you're looking for the lower high, lower high. That's what you want to look for. Our indicator will give you this signal here, and I'll be looking for that usually on a 3-minute chart. That'll fire. It gives us a break of structure. Okay, with the momentum heading in the direction of the trade that we want to take, that's the signal we want. Break of structure, retest, and we're in. Keep in mind these levels, however. See, we've got a daily weekly combo here, so that could be where it, I don't know, if it does its thing, bounces off that, comes back, bounces off it again. So you want to watch how it trades around this zone, and as we go down, these will set up your targets. So I mean, you could get an entry up higher. I'll be looking at that for target 1 at least. If you do enter in above this level, then you've got your targets down here as well. So this is why we mark up the chart. See these levels here, they'll act as targets. Okay, so if there's an entry here, so stop loss above, I would look for a pretty tight target 1 around here, and then T2, T3, etc. So that pretty well wraps it up. Look for the price action to invite you in. We need to trade away from support and resistance levels. Okay, so we're looking for this within these levels here, these order blocks. That's it. Okay, guys, if you've gained something from the video, give me a thumbs up. My YouTube channel needs some love. Comment, subscribe, and jump on board with us. The links are below. Hope you have a great day, safe trading, and we'll see you in the next one.